The $0 blueprint. Previously on the rebuild, I lost everything I built. I broke down how the Afro Man situation was fairly similar to mine, why crypto exists, why founders need financial optionality just to survive. Then I introduced a new playbook for building resilient businesses. But that raises the real question. What do you do when you hit zero? No money, no safety net, no second chances. Most people panic. I had to build a blueprint. You see, everything I built was gone overnight. I had to start from nothing. If you've been watching this series, you already know everything changed after my false arrest. And this is what people don't understand. Rebuilding isn't motivational, it's strategic. But here's the part nobody's talking about. And it's rule number 1. Control what you can. First thing I realized, when everything is gone, you don't focus on what you lost. You focus on what you have and what you can still control. That's your time, your energy, your decisions. That becomes your new currency. It's all about shifting your mindset, basically, and always being aware of how you think. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. 80% of the people you know, they don't care. And the other 20% are glad it's you. It's a cold world, y'all. And the best way to come up out of any hole is where rule number 2 comes in. Skills over money. So personally, I've been actually tapping into some skills. I used to make money online, so I'm thinking about actually opening up this academy that I had. We'll talk about that in the future on some other videos. But I'm doing basically everything I can to raise money right now in all sorts of ways. But money isn't the first thing you rebuild. Skills are. Because if you can generate value, money follows. And if you can't, even if you get money, you'll lose it again. So again, that's why I say the mindset is the main thing. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep. And this is where most people mess up. You see, I'm rebuilding everything from zero right now, documenting the entire process step by step. If you want to be a part of that journey, the link is in the description. And this leads us right to rule number 3. Document the process. Instead of waiting until I quote unquote made it back, I started documenting the rebuild in real time. The main reason I'm doing this is to hold myself accountable to actually put in the work. But I'm also doing this because I know somebody out there needs to hear it. I've overcome a lot of things in my life, from growing up fatherless. He was killed right down the street from the house due to a train accident. And, I actually went off track as a youth, started hanging with the wrong crowd, ended up in prison twice. And, I learned a lot back there. We'll talk about that too also in the future. I've also lost my first and only born son, and I'm still here. But that might not even be the craziest part. I've even had suicidal thoughts when I was out there on the road because I had some serious troubles out there. So this false arrest, this is just the latest, right? So I've always been an overcomer, and this channel is all about overcoming. So you're definitely in the right place if that's what you are. So the $0 blueprint is not complicated at all. You control what you can, you build skills, you use attention, and you stack wins. That's how you rebuild when there's nothing left. Nobody talks about this part here either. And that was rule number 4, which is stacking small wins. You don't go from zero to success overnight. You go from zero to one small win, then another win, then another win. And eventually it compounds. Every business that's successful has a point where they hit momentum. For me, the latest win I stacked was locking in with one of my dispatchers and a whole new business model. I mentioned it in a previous video, and we'll go into that, in the future. But anything it takes to keep Ready, Set, Go Logistics alive is what I'm willing to do. That includes working a part-time job with one of my childhood best friends in his lawn care business. And this is just one piece of the rebuild. Because what I went what I went through before this changed how I see everything. I'll talk about that soon. Whether you support, watch, or just follow the journey, I appreciate it more than you know. This is bigger than me now, so I really, really appreciate you. And what happens on the next episode will change everything. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss it. If you got any value from this $0 blueprint, please give me a like and share the video with someone who may need to hear the message. And remember, either your mind will expand to match your money, or your money will just shrink to match your mind. Let's grow.